Hi, grade 10s. So we're going to look at another form of a parabola. The forms that we know so far is our standard form. So standard form is y equals ax squared plus bx plus c. From this form, we can find the y-intercept, which is going to be our c value. Okay. We also know our factored form, which comes in the form of a times x minus s times x minus t, where s and t are the zeros. Okay, so we know that one. So we know how to get from standard to factored by factoring, and factored to standard by expanding. So now we need to talk about vertex form. So here's our next form, our last form, and it looks like this: a times x minus h squared plus k. These are just letters. You don't need to worry about why is it h, why is it k. They're just letters. They're placeholders for some stuff. So in this one, the h and the k are going to give us together our vertex. Okay. Something important to note is that the a value is going to be the same in all of these. So the a value is always going to give us the direction of opening. So remember that if it is positive a value, the parabola opens up, and if it's a negative a value, the parabola opens down. Okay, so let's go and check out some equations in that form. We're going to state the vertex, the axis of symmetry, optimal value, direction of opening, and how many zeros we're going to expect from there. Okay. Okay, so the first one, we're going to look for the vertex. So we're looking for the h and the k. So I have my h in the brackets and my k outside of the brackets. So if I want to write my vertex for part A, I'm going to say it's 3 and 7. And you might be saying, hey, Miss Olive, why is it not negative 3? Because if we go back to the form of what this looks like, the vertex form, it looks like x minus h plus k. So I already have a negative in there. So whatever number is beside it is going to be the value that comes out. So it's switching signs just like the zeros did. But if I had a plus, then it's going to be the opposite, because I would have had to have a negative number to make that negative into a positive. That was confusing. Watch and see what happens next. So part B, we want our axis of symmetry. So that'll be x equals the x coordinate of the vertex. Part C is the optimal value. Part D is the direction of opening. So I'm going to take a look at that a value, which is right here. It's a positive a. So let's say a equals 2. So we're going to say up. And how many zeros do you think we're going to have? So let's take a look. We have our vertex at 3 and 7. So right 3 up 7, and it's opening up. So I don't think we're going to have any. So none. So I'm just picturing my vertex is at 3 and 7, and it's opening up. So it's not going to cross the x-axis. Okay, so that's how we do that. Let's take a look at this next one. So we have a, we're going to look for the vertex, and this is what I was talking about here. I see a positive 4 inside, so some number had to make this negative from the original equation into a positive, so that means there must be a negative there. And then the negative 5. Those numbers, the number on the end doesn't change at all because it's outside of the brackets. So my axis of symmetry will be x equals negative 4. My optimal value is negative 5, not y equals, just the negative 5. My D, if I take a look at my a value right in front, I have a negative 1/2. So a equals negative 1/2. So that means it's going to open down. And part E is how many zeros are we going to have? So let's think about this one. So I'm going to have my vertex at negative 4 and negative 5 and opening down. So none again. Okay. Let's go to the next one. So let's think about this one. So we have my vertex is going to be -1 from the brackets. Remember, it switches signs, and there's no k value outside, so that means 0. My B, my axis of symmetry, will be x equals -1. C will be optimal value of 0. D, my A value, I can't see it, so I know it's a 1. So A equals 1. I can't see it. That's from out front here. So it's going to open up. And E, how many zeros do we think we'll have? If I'm at -1 and 0, I have my vertex right on the x-axis opening up, so I have 1, 0. Okay, and the last one here, we have our vertex is going to be at no brackets there, so there's no h value, that means it's going to be 0, and the k value will be the -6 outside. Axis of symmetry will have x equals 0. Optimal value is -6. Direction of opening, I see a +3 in front. So we have A equals 3. So it's going to open up again. And how many zeros? Let's think about this. So I have my vertex is at 0, -6, so down here. So my vertex is my y-intercept this time, and it's going to open up. So here's my parabola opening up. So I'm going to have 1, 0 here and 1, 0 there. So we're going to have 2 zeros, and that's the most you're going to have. Okay, either 0, 1, or 2. Okay, now we're on to our last question. Nice and easy one today. Okay, our last question, it says a parabola has a vertex of 3 and -10, passes through this point, determined in vertex form. So we have y equals a times x minus h, so here's our general form of our vertex form. If I go and plug in everything I know, I'm going to take my vertex, and I have -3, so here's my -3 squared plus, and my k value, we're not going to have a plus, are we? My k value is -10, so I'm going to put in here -10. So the thing you should be noticing is that there's no number in here for a. We need to solve for it, and that's where this other value comes in. So we're going to use our point of -5, 6, just like we would if we did y equals mx plus b, using another point on the line to find out some more information. So we're going to use that point. We're going to put 6 for the y. We're going to put -5 for the x, and then we're going to go ahead and solve. So this was really important that you kind of follow some bad math and moving and solving equations. So in the brackets, I'm going to have -8, and that's all squared. Notice I'm using brackets around my negative numbers. I have 6. I need to solve for this a value here, so I'm going to move the 10 over. So I have 6 plus 10, leave me with, we might as well just, should we just solve this? Yeah, we'll go times, this is 64. So I get 16 equals 64a, and then we'll divide out our 64, and we end up with a equal to, here we go, 1/4. So there's my a value here. So my equation is going to be, therefore, we have y equals 1/4 for the a, x, and then -3 for the x coordinate of the vertex squared, and then -10 for the y coordinate. So there's our equation in vertex form, and that is it.